That. Oh no, we already got that. All right, let's get right into it, man. Bars of Cap. All right, you already know
Okay.
what it is, man. Bars of Cap. That's a game we play here on Cuts, where we throw scenarios at you, and if you feel it's a bar, you speak about the bar. You know what I'm saying? Cap is self-explanatory. It's cap. You still got to speak on it. No being on the fence. Got to be one or the other. You ready, sir?
Let's do it.
All right, bet. Let's get it. All right. Some artists think they're geniuses, but it was just a mix. Bars of Cap.
Cap.
All right, why? All right, let's go into why Cap.
Because not everybody's a genius.
Oh.
They may think they're a genius, you know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot for you to get that title.
Yo, my career. We're already letting the Ruger spray. It's just not the one question. We're already letting the Ruger. We're already letting the Ruger spray. My creatives. Oh man. All right. If the producer leaves the session, the song falls apart. Bars of Cap.
That's a bar.
Okay. Well, all right. Let's speak on it. Speak on that bar, brother.
Without the producer, you don't have nothing.
Yeah, we're not even one of those Fruity Loops. Like, damn.
Nah, see again, it goes back to the thing of a real producer. The producer is the one leading you. He's the one that's steering the ship.
Right.
So if that producer is gone, who else you got?
Nah, that's true. Now you hitting on no tag. He already my creators. He is letting the Ruger spray off. Yeah. All right. There's at least one hit you've heard that was carried by the engineer. Bars of Cap.
Oh, bars.
Speak on that. Yo, Reemo Meerak brand team. Yo.
That's a bar. I mean, look, everybody knows that there's studio singers and studio artists and all of that. So take away the engineer, that song wouldn't be the same.
All right. Studio vibes are code for we're not focused. Bars of Cap.
That's a bar.
Yo, my creatives, listen. Yo, to the team, they be sending me emails or we have conversations in our chat groups and stuff like that. And yo, you guys, what are you guys thinking? You guys are wild. Yo, but yo, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, but why bar?
I mean, what's really studio vibes anyway? Like, people put the word vibe on anything these days.
Word.
So I really don't even know what the context is with that.
Word. So I drive down the beach, vibe. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
All right, had a Taco Tuesday, vibe.
It's insane.
If you need 12 writers, it's probably mid. Bars of Cap. Yo, where you going?
I say that's Cap.
All right, go ahead. Why Cap?
I mean, if you got 12 writers on a record, then it might be something wrong there.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on what's going on. Like, I mean, when I hear writer, I'm thinking people writing the record, but some people might equate the writer to, another producer on the track or another engineer or somebody that just blurted out something to you and you use that as an idea or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
Because that happens a lot.
No, true. But I also want to, let's add on to that. Like the whole, even with ghostwriting, I mean, I get it within hip hop, it's frowned upon, but I mean, all across music, that has been the case over the years, right? As far as with ghostwriters, or let's say, okay, an artist, okay, they mentally or they couldn't think of something creative enough to add on to it, So I want to know from you, like based off of your experience, and also too, just alone of the studying of music and the industry itself and the culture itself. Why do you think it's just been such a frowned upon thing? Not just hip hop, but just overall. Like, why is that such a frowned upon thing?
To be honest, I don't know. I think maybe it has a lot to do with people's egos, because, again, sometimes people want to be the one man band, but sometimes you can't. And sometimes it's going to take collaboration. If you're working on a record that has a whole band, and you're working on different parts of the record, most likely it's not going to be one person writing that whole song. You might need somebody to write the chorus with you, write the verse with you, write the bridge with you, write the pre-chorus with you. You know, come up with the melody changes. With the backgrounds and the harmony structure. So there's so many different moving parts to it. So I don't have an issue with it. Like, everybody has somebody writing for them or collaborating with them.
All right, man. That's what's up.
Some people just don't want to admit that.
Right. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing. You see, and that's the thing too. And listen, and even on a hip hop sense, right? I get it. I get it on a hip hop sense because the way it was created from the mud and the competition and everything like that. But it's like, then again, it's like, all right, if that
But I
artist,
think nobody cares really about that no more. Like
mm,
people just want to hear great music
right,
and great product. Like,
right,
nobody really cares if you wrote a whole song or not. Like, and whether if you got 12 people on the song or not, is the song good? Because you can have 12 people on the song and the song might sound terrible.
mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah, right.
So it's especially in hip hop, like, we got to get out of that rat race of, thinking you the only one. Like, you're not the only one.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, because listen, man, at the end of the day, man, because just like as we spoke on earlier, you know what I'm saying about what is expected of an artist now, right? The expectation. You know what I'm saying? It's not just okay, just to lay down tracks or lay down bars or put a song together with producer and engineer, but it's like, okay, what are you doing after with the marketing? What are you doing with the content? How are you doing it with the content? What is the rollout? What type of rollout are you doing? What niche are you going to aim for so at the end of the day, okay, if one is to have one, I mean, because you got to figure, okay, the artists themselves, they're going through a tremendous amount of things. You know what I'm saying, within their brand. You know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, even mentally, you know what I'm saying, that may tweak it. That may disrupt.
Yeah.
What they could do creatively. You know what I'm saying. So all right, goes right. And I know the whole thing, Cass is getting at Drake about and everything like that. You know what I'm saying. I get it, but at the end of the day, I mean, shit, it didn't stop the success. It didn't stop. Well, now maybe Kendrick stopped the success. No, I'm joking, but but I'm just saying, Kendrick didn't stop the success. Drake is Drake. Drake is A1 regardless. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, this is, it's still the product. The product is still the product at the end of the day,
Right.
regardless of what you say. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man.
I
But
agree.
all right, politics plays a bigger role than talent when it comes to accolades, bars, or cap.
Say that again.
I said politics plays a bigger role than talent when it comes to accolades, bars, or cap.
That's a bar.
Okay, take us into it.
I mean, it's as simple as it's 90% business, 10% talent.
Yeah, nah, I feel you on that one, son. And I think also too, a good amount of artists, they get it so confused with that. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I get it on a creative sense because of the hours that you put into it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to think about the longevity again. It goes back to our conversation earlier. You got to go think about the longevity. You got to think about, okay, what market, the niche, what niche are we aiming for? What market is this going to flourish at? This song going to flourish at? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's not only that, but also too, it's how do you monetize off of what you create? How do you, it I mean, it trickles down to not only how you monetize, but have you even registered your music properly? Are you collecting your music, your money from your music properly? Do you even know how to do that? Do you own your music?
Shit, the
You know what I
beats
mean? Those are
cleared. Whew.
that's those are really the fundamentals before we even have the music conversation.
Right. You answered this before, but we'll definitely the team put it up here again. After your first nomination, did people treat you
Mhm.
different, bars or cap?
That's a bar.
Okay, take it. Like, what type of difference though? You know what I'm saying? Let's really aim on that. What type of difference?
I mean, it is pretty much the same age old story of like, some people might not see your vision, they brush you off to the side, you ain't important enough or whatever in the beginning. But as soon as you pop up on these platforms and you getting these accolades and these nominations and blah blah blah, then the conversation changes of, oh, such and such did this, oh, I gotta work with you now, let's do this, let's do that. It happens all the time. You know
Yeah, I
what I mean?
mean,
So
yeah, not to
it's
cut
it's
you.
like, you hot right now.
Right.
You could, because you worked on something that they didn't. But it's the same old story of, once that dies down, it's back to,
Square one.
well, he ain't really hot right now, I'm gonna go elsewhere until you do something else. It's a back and forth.
Yeah, and see, and that's the thing that kind of gets me annoyed when I hear about that, right? When it comes to like a man like yourself that has a substantial resume, right? And I'm just using that word substantial, right? Substantial resume. Now, regardless of what clout is behind that resume, right? That's the key thing. That's the key caveat thing to say, right? That shouldn't even matter, okay?
Right.
Because once again, you're alienating yourself for what a possibility that can happen. That okay, it could be 10x, maybe 20x your money, 30x your money. How and that is such a sad thing in this entertainment field, I'll even say it. I'll say the monkey in the room, even amongst us black creatives. You know what I'm saying? Just the conditionalism of it. The conditional.
Yeah.
Everything got to be a conditional value, and it's like, bro, like if you take that out your mind and work with the person, build a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Build a quality relationship. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And see what can happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what paperwork's for. Okay, if it doesn't work, well, put that in the paperwork, in the contract, or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever agreement that you and artist have, or artist and producer, or what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's just you can't go into it expecting instant success, but aim for the success. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying people are not aiming for success, but I feel when it comes, because we're in this microwave era, oh, it better be a hit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing you do,
Yeah.
I guess. You know what I'm saying? And just like you stated, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, now he's hot now. I'm gonna go for it now. It's like that's dumb. That's whack
It
to me.
is.
That's whack to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially, okay, if you were in the process of being nominated, or you are nominated, right? That says a lot. Okay, you're of the top echelon of people that were considered or put in that pool to be on a Grammy stage. You know what I'm saying? I get it. People try to like play down the Grammys, but it's still the Grammys, regardless of such. Whatever
Right. I
Grammys,
mean, whether people like it or not, it's still a prestigious award. And it's still prestigious amongst industry peers. Whether somebody agrees with it or not, that's just what it is. It's no different than the Oscars, or it's no different than, the Image Awards or anything like that, in television and film. So, you know, I think people just say those kind of things because they just haven't made it to that level yet. You know what I
mm,
mean? So a lot of times people just like to kind of dim your light because they haven't hit that level yet.
yeah, no, I feel you now. Woo. I mean, we got bars of cap, brother. But you know what I'm saying? But no, but I definitely understand it. Streams don't mean you're respected. Bars of cap.
That's a bar.
Ooh, take us into that, brother. Take us into
I
that,
mean,
bro.
we all know streams can be manipulated. You know what I mean? So it I don't really see the number of streams you have of having real respect when it could be manipulated and taken away.
I wanna ask you on that. I mean, I wanna add to that. I wanna ask you on that. Definitely with the latest with J. Cole. Shout out to J. Cole. Definitely with him going back to that format of all right, business to consumer, but hand to hand, physical copies, and also too with latest reports about streaming is possibly losing its steam. You know what I'm saying? As far as impact per se. What's your take on that, or what do you feel about that?
Well, with J. Cole, I think that's cool. I think that's, a dope marketing strategy that he's doing. Um, I can't necessarily say how effective it's been, but I think it's a dope strategy. Um, as far as streaming goes, streaming ain't going nowhere. I
Right.
think people just love to have a talking point, but
Mm,
it's going nowhere,
I feel
and it's actually going to keep getting stronger.
yeah. The way technology is, whew, I tell you, boy. Okay, here we go. You can hear when a song was made strictly for algorithm. Bars of cap.
That's a bar.
Take us into that, man.
I mean, it's really nothing new. I mean, if you really look at the biggest pop songs of the last couple of decades, I mean, it's strictly made for pop music, for pop culture. It was nothing amazing about them. It was nothing you know, rememberable, so to speak. It's just a catchy pop tune for the radio,
Right,
you know?
right,
So I think music is just being recycled in different ways with that same format.
right. Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, let's ski. Right here. Some artists wouldn't be famous without their team. Bars of cap.
Bar,
All right, man. Speak about it.
bar. Um, because you can't be successful without a team.
That's what's up.
It takes a team. It takes a team effort. No one ever makes it to a high level without a team.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, and again, man, like it comes to it, definitely with the technology that we have out here. Technology out here will make you think that it's one band, one man band. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's like okay, realistically, it's like all right. After a while, it's like all right, you're gonna need somebody else to manage this for you, and while you got to go somewhere else or travel somewhere else to be the face. And
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? It definitely comes down to all right, man. Last one, and then that's the one we're gonna wrap it up. Um, right here. Well, actually, last two, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Overthinking kills hits. Bars a cap.
Hmm.
Woo! Yeah, he's thinking about it. He's thinking
Um, I say that's a bar
about it. All right, all right.
because when you overthink, that's more of a ideology of you're trying to oversell it.
Mm,
So when you just are in the moment and you're just creating and there's no expectation, that's where the that's where the magic happens.
right.
Because you're flowing with it. You're just creating. But once you start going in with a specific mindset and okay, it needs to be this, it needs to be that. And that's when the overthinking starts to come in, and then you start second guessing yourself. And then you might have other people with that same ideology talking in your ear, and then all of a sudden you're just confused.
Right.
That's where it messes up the whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's just yeah. I'll attest to that. You know what I'm saying? There's been times with my content, I've you know I would think too much. You know what I'm saying? I would either look at it after I'm done with it. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like this. Let me take that out. And then it's like, all right, I didn't save the draft of the previous one I did, and it's like, damn, maybe I should have kept. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I think in this time, it's time and era. You know what I'm saying? It's the time and era of society. You know, because the attention span is short, and also too, if you look at a lot of people's content. Sometimes their content wasn't what great lighting and a great mic or whatever have you. They just marketed it well. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Or they just took their phone out, got it out, boom, and got it out quick. You know what I'm
that's a
saying? So,
fact.
you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, my creatives, you know, if you have what you have in front of you, just go with it. Go with it. The only thing you gotta really, really worry about is how you market it afterwards.
Yeah,
How you aim for your niche. How do you aim to get it out and distribute it? You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I could say it. You know what I'm saying for me. You know what I'm saying for my insight and just personal insight. You know what I'm saying?
agreed.
All right, man. Last one, and then we just we're definitely gonna close out. Pain creates better music than happiness. Bars or cap.
Think that's cap.
All right. Let's go into it.
I think if you're not happy with creating your art, then what does it mean?
Mm. Yeah, nah, I feel. Yeah, nah, I think. I think also too, and I get, and I shout, shout out to the team, but I get why they put that as, you know what I'm saying. I guess because if you're one that you thrive, not thrive off pain, but I guess the pain will ignite your motivation. But overall, as a creative, you should be happy. You should be in love with what you create. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Sometimes pain, as far as R&B artists or even hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? They're writing off their storytelling of what they felt. But then again, those that are happy or have been relieved of pain. You know what I'm saying? They've written or they created just as much equally potent. You know,
I think these days it's not even really about pain. I think it's just about toxicity.
mm,
I think people just are in like a toxic world, and then they just write about it, which it probably shouldn't have, or it wouldn't have been a toxic situation, but people put themselves in those positions. So it's not really coming from a place of pain, because let's be real, a lot of people ain't really been through nothing like that. They think they have, but they ain't really been through nothing like that. But they put themselves in toxic scenarios thinking that's pain.
woo.